Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Muizuddin bin Khairuddin.
Hello, hi. My name is Muhammad Amirul Amin bin Muhammad Masroom.
Today, we're gonna talk about metal that we choose from the periodic table, which is calcium metal. I will talk about the introduction of the metal, which is you can see from the picture, the name of the metal is calcium. The symbol for the calcium is Ca, which is the C is a capital letter and A is a small letter. The atomic number for this calcium is 20 and the atomic weight is a 40.078 U. Calcium is at a group 2, period 4, and the block for calcium is S. And the electronic configuration for calcium is argon 4s2. Now, we move to the history of this calcium metal. You can see this calcium metal is isolated by Sir Humphrey Davy in 1808 through the reaction of the electrolysis of a mixture of lime and a mercury oxide. And calcium metal never found free in a nature. We move to the appearance of the calcium metal. Calcium metal is a soft grey alkaline earth metal. From the picture, you can see the calcium is grey. But when it exposed to the air, the grey color will turn darker. From the video, you can see the color is darker because the formation of the oxide nitride layer on the calcium. Calcium also reacts rapidly with the water. As the video shows, you can see that how the calcium is rapidly react with water, and the reaction is produce a hydrogen gas. Next, we will talk about the crystal structure of this calcium metal. The crystal structure of this calcium metal is a FCC, which is the face center cubic. And from the picture, you can see the example, which is the first one is crystal structure for the calcium chloride, and second is crystal structure for the calcium fluoride. We move to the physical properties of this calcium metal. This calcium metal has melting point at 842 degrees Celsius and boiling point at 1494 degrees Celsius. The density of this calcium is 1.55 gram per centimeter cube. Calcium has face center cubic arrangement like strontium, and it changed to an anisotropic hexagonal closed pack arrangement like a magnesium. From the video, you can see that the calcium has a ductility, which is it can be beaten into an extremely thin sheet, and it can be pressed, rolled, and cut. And calcium metal also has a malleability, which is the capability of being shaped and bent.
Okay, thank you Muzuddin for your explanation. Now, I will continue to discuss about the chemical properties of calcium metal. Okay, as we know, the calcium metal is really reactive, right? When we do a comparison between calcium and magnesium, when both of the metal is dissolved in water, the calcium metal is really quick reaction compared to magnesium metal. This is because you have learned in your secondary school that show the metals that located in a higher position of electrochemical series show the metal is a very reactive. So from here, calcium located higher compared to magnesium. So we can conclude that the calcium is really reactive compared to magnesium. But when we do a comparison between calcium and strontium metal is reactive compared to calcium. Why? Okay, this is because the strontium is a very softer compared into calcium, the strontium metal are decomposed vigorously in water. So this characteristic shows the strontium is reactive compare when we do comparison with a calcium metal. Okay, the next chemical properties is the calcium metal can react with acid, for example hydrochloric acid. This is because, as we learn, most of the metal is easily lose the electron, so they can do a reaction with acid. Okay, we have done with the chemical properties of calcium metal. Now we move to the suitability of calcium metal in the application. Firstly, we know that calcium metal can withstand in a higher temperature, so that it can be used in production of cement, for example. Secondly, the calcium metal is a stronger chemical affinity for sulfur and oxygen. This characteristic can produce in a steel making. Not only that, the use of calcium metal is to remove the bismuth impurities of lead, so that the process of refining of lead or alloy lead, it will become more efficient. Okay, right now we will discuss about the advantages and also the role of calcium metal in nowadays. Firstly, the use of calcium metal is used as a reducing agent for preparing metals such as uranium and thorium. Secondly, the use of calcium metal is act as a bleach for paper making and also act as a disinfectant such as calcium sulfate. Thirdly, the use of calcium metal is act as an alloying agent for maintenance-free automotive battery and casting, and also the use of calcium metal to strengthen the aluminium for the bearings. Okay, we continue to discuss more further about the advantages and the role of calcium metal nowadays. The calcium metal used in production of metallic soap and synthetic resin, for example calcium acetate. Calcium metal also contribute in the production of cement. So you can see the calcium metal really important right now, right? Okay, we continue. The calcium metal also acts as a reinforcing agent in rubber, for example calcium silicate. Not only that, the calcium metal also act as a plaster and also as a deoxidizer, desulfurizer, and also the decarburizer. Okay, that's all for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.